was that that cube was not originally a toy. It was a tool to show the physical manipulation of geometry and space and the use of color. And that was from behind the Iron Curtain. He had a friend that was in England, brought it out as a toy, and then now it's become one of the top producing and selling brands for the past 35 years. So in celebration of that and for celebrating the metaphor of perseverance and problem solving and developing your own science and methodology for how to solve the cube, the Cubes in Space program was actually born. And initially it started as, let's do something that's kind of cool to celebrate and everything that was happening this year. But it really did, when we started talking with Chris, it really did evolve into something so much more meaningful instead of just kind of a marketing thing for the Rubik folks. And so out of this, what we developed was Cubes in Space and middle school program, because a lot of times at middle school, and you all know this as well, that is the age where students, and you hear this constantly, they sort of lose their passion for STEM. And my belief is that that's not really the case. It's that they lose their confidence in themselves to be effective thinkers and that they can do something. So truly the goal of this program is to give students something that they can actually achieve, and then understanding that they can think, if I at 13, 14 years got something into space, then the rest of my high school is going to be easy. I can take these more difficult courses, and that I can actually pursue something that I didn't think really was possible, or it wasn't for me because I live in, I sort of live in rural Southwest Virginia, or I live in a very depressed area of India. So that's how a little bit of a background how this program was born. So what we did is, in working with Chris and his students, Chris actually came up with the brilliant idea, hey, let's make it a 40-millimeter cube for the students to design an experimental payload to go into this. This is the 40-millimeter cube, and that's what's going to go into the payload. So the students did have a curriculum that they followed. This was a short turnaround time. We started talking about this in January, and we actually got all the payloads back from the students, also sent these out globally, got everything back, and we got this back about a month ago in order to ship to Colorado. So the payloads that have gone in here have been something as simple as students wanted to know what would be the effects of sort of the pressure differences, or maybe the G's on a marshmallow, to our top design winner, which actually came out of Trinidad. And what they wanted to do is to see the change of energy through the ionosphere. So they actually have a little voltmeter, and they have an SD card to record the changes in the energy as they go through the ionospheres, looking at a potential way in the future. Is it possible to actually harness the energy at that level, of that top level of the atmosphere? Okay, we're talking 7th grade kids thought about that. And if you go to our Cubes in Space website, you can actually see their video for their presentation that they submitted. And Trinidad is actually so excited about this, and that they've never had any type of space program whatsoever in the Caribbean, that far down, especially getting close to South America. Their Columbus Communications, which is sort of their cable provider, they're doing a whole news story on the kids from Northgate College. It's more sort of like collegiate instead of college. They're absolutely thrilled, and so this program, and we're so privileged to be able to kind of be passengers on what you all have done and you've built for the past year. But you've actually, this sounds cheesy, but you're inspiring a whole country that normally did, and sometimes some of these places are almost third world. This is us being able to bring something to them, so they're very proud and excited. And we're also, I'm hoping maybe to be able to talk to a couple of you who wanted to give them a little recorded message of encouragement. We're going to email it down them, and it's going to be part of their news story as well. So little things had to fit into a 40-millimeter cube. And if you're talking about constraints, it had to be close to 64 grams was the mass. I thought that was just the maximum mass in the programs that I've worked Yeah, if, so if you hit some of the slides